Weirdo.
How's it going?
It's going all right. How are you doing?
Okay.
Okay.
My name is Zach Zichter.
I'm Jay Warren.
And you're listening to Brosanne, a podcast where two bros listen to or watch an episode of Roseanne and they talk. Is that a...
That's accurate.
That is accurate.
That is accurate. Mm-hmm.
How you been? It's been like years since I've seen it.
It's been such a long time.
That's not accurate.
It was last week. Yeah.
It was last week. Okay, sure. But I saw you since then.
Yes, you had a birthday.
I had a birthday.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Turned the big 3-5?
3-6.
3-6?
Mm-hmm. So, depression has set in.
In 33 years, you'll be 69, man.
Whoa!
Right?
And then I could finally try out that... No. Weird.
Yeah.
So, tell me about you. What's new with you?
Nothing really. Same old since last week.
And when you say same old, what do you mean? Unpack that for me.
Oh God. Just been working.
Working.
Mm-hmm.
When you say working, what do you mean? Unpack that for me.
Let's talk more about you.
Oh, okay. Fine.
What have you been up to?
Let's see. Working. So it's a lot of work.
Unpack that for me.
Don't be an idiot.
Dick.
Okay. So obviously we're here for a purpose. The Lord put us on this earth for a purpose, and that was
to talk about Roseanne.
To talk about Roseanne.
Okay.
So this episode. Well, actually, before we even get into the episodes, just maybe we should give some of the details. Deets.
This is they have an outing at the mall, if I remember correctly.
Well, right. That would be like the synopsis. But before that, even just some details about Roseanne in general. What are we doing these days? We're on SoundCloud, right?
We're on SoundCloud.
We have all of our backlog on the YouTubes.
Mm-hmm. We're on iTunes.
Ooh.
You can find us on Facebook and Twitter.
I saw that you put a cover photo on Facebook.
I did. I made a cover photo.
And people were like liking it and sharing it, and I'm like, hey, check out these dudes.
Yeah. Feel free to share us with your friends. Don't be a Roseanne hog.
Mm-hmm. Be a bra.
Yeah. And share with fellow bras.
Right. Yeah, man. So yeah, you could. That's what we'll call our followers, bras.
Roseanne bras.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So speaking of followers, sometimes our followers, or what might be colloquially referred to as an audience, sometimes they offer audience feedback.
I wish everyone could see your face. You're so pleased with yourself right now.
So we don't have a lot of feedback, but we have very important feedback. Is that correct?
Yeah, we tried to mention this person last time, but for some reason we lost some audio last time.
No, we didn't. That's not what happened.
That's what you told me last time.
Well, that's not what happened. It was Gremlins. Gremlins in the Mist. Wouldn't it be neat if there was how there's gorillas in the mist, but gremlins in the mist? That would be a really cool crossover.
Like a documentary about somebody who lives amongst the gremlins.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. No, I think that'd be good.
Mm-hmm.
How would you? Can you unpack that for me? Can you tell me what that crossover would be like?
It was kind of your idea, so I think we should really ask you what.
Well, so there's, like you said, there's a woman probably in her 50s or 60s, somewhat eccentric, maybe looks a little bit like Sigourney Weaver, and she hangs out in theaters, dark rooms,
Kingston Falls,
places where there's no bright lights.
Mm-hmm.
Mogwai, with the Mogwai.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happens from there.
Well, hopefully they don't kill her.
Oh, that's a good point.
She'll have to dress up as a gremlin.
Ooh.
but she'll have to undergo some sort of shrink ray.
Mm-hmm.
So because her size is gonna give her away if she doesn't.
Yeah, I suppose. Although, weren't there some mutant gremlins in the second one?
There were, yeah.
And didn't even one of them talk?
One of them talked.
Whoa.
Very intelligently, actually. He was actually an intellectual.
So, audience feedback. With a gal named Beck, and we won't say her last name. We'll say Rackers.
Well, they're gonna. I mean,
That's true.
Her name is on
On the tubes.
Yeah, so if anybody can go to look at
But just to keep consistent with our
your
way of talking about people, we'll just call her Rackers. She said, and I quote, "I stumbled across this and love, comma, I hope you keep on making episodes, full stop. I am a massive Roseanne fan, full stop. Thanks." No final punctuation. And then she shared a link to some awesome. Well, what you talked about this in the first episode?
Yeah, it's a picture of the real Ghostbusters Slimer bubblegum.
Bubblegum.
Mm-hmm. Came out a little tube. You don't remember that stuff?
No, I don't remember that stuff. Because I was poor and I got maybe Crest. Crest was like on a good day.
It's not toothpaste.
I know you keep saying that it's not toothpaste, but it sure looks like toothpaste.
Yeah, but it says bubblegum.
Bubblegum flavored toothpaste.
No, it doesn't say that. It just says bubblegum.
You will get your kids to, peak hygiene, dental hygiene level by giving your kids bubblegum flavored toothpaste. Are you ready to break? Are you ready to hit me? Okay, well, that was a little audience feedback. Just thought we'd share with you.
Mm-hmm. And thanks for listening, Beck, or Rec, as Zach would like you to be called.
Correct. He's also shared us on Twitter.
She tweeted us.
Yeah, she tweeted. And that's one thing you didn't mention, that we're on Twitter.
I did mention that, actually.
I don't think you did.
I think when you're going to be listening to this.
I'll have to cut it out just so then I sound like the smart person and you sound like the idiot. Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's going to fix it.
So, okay, what do we got here? We're Roseanne, Season 1, Episode 16.
Is it 16?
I think so, because that's the one I watched.
Okay. Crimian suggested that you put the name of the episode of so this one's called Mall Story. So when you post our audio, our podcast, you should put Mall Story or Season 1, Episode 16. That's what.
Well, Crimian's a damn fool. I'll do that.
All right.
Thanks, Crimian. I appreciate it.
You don't. Okay.
He's a real smarty.
He's one of the original bras.
Yeah. Thanks, brah.
Bra.
We appreciate it, brah. Okay, so when I upload this one, I will title it what?
Season 1, Episode 16, Mall Story.
Mall Story.
Because they go to the mall.
Mall Story.
Did your family, did you get kids ever get excited to go to the mall when you were?
Did we ever get excited to go to the mall?
Yeah, all 10 of you.
Just the 10 of us.
Doing it the best I can.
Mostly when we went out of town, it was because we had to sell pigs, grew up on a farm, and we didn't see a lot of mall shopping. Our equivalent would be like going to Campbell's Supply and going to the clothing section, getting some new boots.
New boots.
Get some waders.
Mm-hmm. So you can kind of relate to this then.
No.
Because Becky's getting a dress.
Becky is getting a dress. That is one of the stories. So it's all one story. It's all about the mall. Mm-hmm. But what are some of the, subplots? Do you remember?
Darlene keeps eating sugar.
That's true.
She eats a lot of sugar that day.
Correct.
Probably more than she needs. Dan is getting shoes, I believe.
Correct.
Yep.
He kind of drags his feet. I can relate with him, definitely. Yeah. But also, this isn't so much there is one more plot, and that is that Jackie is feeling like she's stuck in a rut.
Oh, yeah, and she meets that exercise guy.
And then there's some tiny little vignette things that don't necessarily constitute like storylines, but there's this Jewish couple, and we hear two short, tiny conversations, and they act as segues.
Okay.
And I find them quite amusing.
How have I taken advantage of you? In what way?
In every conceivable way.
I went to your sister's house. You're going to go to my mother's.
All right, but I'm not eating.
They really have nothing to do with the episode. It's just, the person who wrote that probably had an experience like that, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're just mad at their wife that day.
Possibly.
Yeah. Or maybe she was mad at her husband. Mm-hmm. And like, I'm going to take it out. take it out on you on public TV. So.
The guy, he kind of sounded a little bit like...
Woody Allen?
Yeah, Woody Allen. Obviously, I guess Woody Allen is Jewish, so...
Mm-hmm.
But he had a little bit of that whiny Woody Allen.
New Yorker.
Yeah, New York. In addition to that small little thing, another thing is just the whole episode, it seems like Darlene and DJ are kind of getting at each other's throat.
Yeah.
DJ steals Darlene's glasses. There's some pretty hip glasses, too.
Mm-hmm. I like them.
Hey! Give those back, you little booger. I'm not a booger. Give them back, I said. No! Give them back, I said.
Hey, you two, what about a ceasefire?
DJ took my sunglasses.
They're my sunglasses.
You liar, they're mine.
They're mine. Ooh, I'm gonna be like the most awesome kid at the mall.
Give them back, I said. Why wouldn't you just say, I said give them back?
The script is very much
On the page.
on the page,
Yep.
as you like to say. It's very... I don't know if you can ever make... I don't think anybody can deliver that line to make it believable,
Yeah,
People don't talk like that.
No. All she has to say is, I said give them back.
Yeah.
Then it's done. just fix it. But what I really learned from that, and it kind of hits home with me, and that is...
I'm not a booger.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not a booger? Did you get called booger a lot when you were a kid?
Never.
Never?
That's because I'm not a booger.
Okay. Booger?
Were you a booger?
No.
So those sunglasses that Darlene was wearing, they're pretty hip.
I like them.
Yeah.
I'd wear those.
Yeah, you definitely would wear them because you're kind of hipster.
What?
You're a hipster.
How am I a hipster?
You wear sunglasses like that, and occasionally you wear neat shoes.
I always wear these. They're Adidas.
Adidas, huh? Mm-hmm. There was...
Always rock Adidas. Never rock Fila.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All day I dream about something.
Sports.
Yeah, I see. You remember Korn, their second album?
I don't remember what it looked like. I remember the band Korn.
Yeah, they had a song called Adidas, All Day I Dream About Sex.
Oh. Well, they were misinformed.
It's sports.
Yeah, sports.
Sports. You like sports.
Mm-hmm.
So what else? Dan. Well, for the pun, I guess, would be he's dragging his feet with regard to buying new shoes. Roseanne wants him to buy new shoes.
And you said you could relate to that?
With regard to the fact that I just hate doing things.
Anything?
Anything. Hey, can we get that done? Or, hey, will you choose where we're going to go out to eat? Or, hey, will you clean the kitchen or gutters or whatever? No, I don't want to. I mean, are you the type of person that just loves to do things right away?
No, not particularly.
I think if I was someone who would get something done quick, I would be clean shaven.
What?
The type of person that would get the gutters done, or buy shoes before they were told to do it, before they had huge holes in them and rocks were getting inside, are the type of people that shave. The type A personality.
You're not a type A person.
They say there's type A and type B. I'm like C or D or E maybe.
That's not an option though. Yeah.
I'm saying the type B is like my type A. So type B is too uniform and militarized for my liking.
Yeah, so you're type Z because your name starts with Z.
It does.
Zach.
Yay, you got my name right. Good work, Jimmy.
Dan? Are you dead?
Yes?
Well, that's too bad, honey, because you still gotta buy shoes. Okay, now where are we meeting?
In the bookstore by Call It Salad.
At 4 o'clock sharp.
Oh, you're just a little memory bank.
They give us the same speech every time we go to the mall. No jumping on water beds, no perfume fights.
No falafel.
No falafel.
I don't think I've ever even had falafel.
I don't think I have either.
I don't know what it is.
I don't either. But
I bet you Rob from Wyoming loves falafel.
oh, he probably does.
He seems like a falafel type.
Or do you think we'd find him at Call It Salad?
Yeah, call it salad.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's exactly where you'd find him. So, Rob, if you want to let us know what falafel is.
Definitely should. And then Becky. Did we even talk about Becky?
We mentioned that she's finding a dress.
That's true. And she really wants a dress. It's really, really important.
Come on, Mom. I want to get over to the mall.
You better take her temperature. I think she's got dress fever.
Hey, if I don't get this dress, I'll kill myself.
Honey, bad luck to kill yourself before the biggest sale of the year.
Yeah, they talked about there's a big sale going on in the mall.
Mm-hmm. It's like a blue light special.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I remember hearing that term, but
I think it's when you take the blue liquid and you pour it on top of a diaper or something.
you mean like when they're like a diaper commercial? You see them do that?
Yeah.
That's a blue light special. You think so?
They just pour blue liquid all over.
Why would it be called a blue liquid sale then?
Oh, yeah. That's probably a good point. But maybe they broke open like one of those blue glow sticks. Blue light.
But that's glowing. It's not light.
It's luminous.
It is,
illuminating.
but it's not a light.
Okay. Well, then you explain it.
I imagine that like there's actual blue lights, and when they turn on, something on there is remarkably less.
Okay.
That's my idea.
So have you ever seen a blue light special?
I have a feeling when I was really young, when there was still Kmart's, there was one time.
There's a Kmart in Aberdeen.
Is there? They still have a Kmart now?
I might be a big K,
Okay.
but it's the same thing, you know.
Mhm.
They had a Target, they had a Walmart, a whole
Yeah.
bunch of different grocery stores, but here in Brookings, we got the Walmart.
Yep. Well, Aberdeen's a little bit bigger than Brookings, isn't it?
Not much. The difference is that it's further away from other big cities,
No. Yep.
so we're closer to the Sioux Falls area.
The Sioux Falls. Yep.
You know what happens when Sioux trips?
Sioux Falls.
There you go. I want to shoot myself. You asked me if we went to the mall, and we never really did.
No, you never
But
had
what about
like
your
a-
family?
Well, when I was like, growing up, we'd go to the mall sometimes. Like it seemed like a big deal too when I was really young. I liked going to the mall, but you really have to something spectacular has to be happening at the mall for me to go into one now. I hate going to the mall.
Well, when you went, was it anything like Dan's experience of parking the car?
Well, I didn't drive when I was that young, so
Who drove?
dad or mom.
Okay, so when they drove, did they drop you off, or did you have to drive around and try to find a spot first?
I think you have to drive around, try to find a spot.
That sucks. I am definitely the type of person who, wants to find a close spot.
I always forget where I park now when I have to go to like Walmart or something. So I always have to like look. Now they have like the rows like numbered, so I always have to remember.
Oh, at the Walmart.
I haven't been to the Sioux Falls Mall in at least 5 years.
I just try to remember if I go on to. Speaking of Walmart, I try to remember if I'm going to the food side or the pharmacy side,
Yep, that's a good way to do it too.
and then left, right, Zachary Zoo.
Mhm.
Here's a story just for you. You know.
No, yeah, that is something that you could probably unpack for me.
Marian the librarian,
a prisoner she'll stay
until the witch is happy,
and lets
lets
Marian
Marian
go
go
away.
I haven't thought about that show. I can't tell you the last time I thought about that show.
Left and right in Zachary Zoo.
Here's a story
just
just
for
for
you.
you.
And this is how you remember where you parked?
I mean, maybe.
Interesting. I don't think I know anybody that knows the lyrics to that show. That theme song.
Well, you clearly know a few.
I know what you're referencing. I didn't know any of them.
Okay. Marian the librarian.
Yeah, I know.
It came on. Is it South Dakota Public TV or was it PBS?
I'm not sure. It could have just been a show for South Dakota kids.
Because Captain 11 was
Captain,
Sodak. Yeah.
yeah, I think Captain 11 was Sodak too.
Captain 11.
And it just had like that weird siren that would play at the beginning.
Pew pew pew.
Yep.
Little awesome cartoons.
I remember that show.
Is it good?
Or remember, I think Bozo the Clown. That was like national
Yeah.
grand prize game.
So it's like Krusty. I don't think I ever watched Bozo the Clown, but I assume that's what Krusty the Clown is based off.
It could be.
No,
I guess I don't know for sure.
Like I said, I don't know.
I think that was like the last time a clown ever got to that much fame. I don't think people are into clowns anymore.
No, I suppose
They're
not.
creepy.
Well, there was that thing in 2016 where people would dress up as clowns,
Yeah.
go out and scare people.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do that?
No. Our friend Revan Roshatrek,
Right.
he wanted to buy a clown suit and do that, and his fiance had to convince him several times to not buy a clown suit.
His finance.
Yeah, his finance, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I don't know how we segue back to malls, but apparently Dan didn't have an easy time parking.
Come on, Mom, I want to get over the ultimate.
We gotta wait for your dad to park the car, and then we gotta hear the epic saga.
How come it takes Dad so long to park the car?
Cause he's gotta drive around 20 minutes to find a spot 2 inches closer than the one he found 10 minutes before.
You relate to that?
I don't so much relate to that.
You want to get as close as you can get.
That's true. I don't know if I drive around for 20 minutes. He ends up coming in and says, he names some building that sounds, and he says it in such a way that it sounds like it's really far away.
Mm-hmm.
But malls, especially on like Saturdays, man,
Oh, yeah.
they have huge parking lots and they still suck for parking.
Like the Christmas episode of Family Guy where they're driving around that mall parking lot,
Mm-hmm.
and finally Peter's like, "Oh, screw this," and he just drives over top of a car,
It's funny.
which I'm sure people have felt like doing from time to time.
So you mentioned that Darlene was, eating a lot of sugar?
Yeah.
But the reason she gets that sugar is because she's begging.
Mm-hmm. She always wants money. I remember I'd always want money to go play at Aladdin's Castle, which is like an arcade.
As soon as she started begging, I assumed that's what it was for. But I guess she had her own money for the arcade and then wanted to beg for, like, food, I guess, or drink.
Mom, can I have $1 for a cherry guzzle? I need $1. Designs on Yogurt is giving away free toppings with every purchase. Dad, I need money. Come on, Dad, Mom won't give me any.
Well, that's probably is a good reason.
No, just cheapness.
All right, here.
Did you play one parent over the other
Yeah.
all the time?
I knew Dad was more of a softie.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. How about you?
I don't think either of them would have gotten me, or given me money to play games or something. They would get me, clothes and whatnot. They would take care of all that, but I don't think I ever got to play games unless I brought my own money. And the only way I made my own money was by selling tin cans, aluminum cans.
Oh, rightly.
Yeah. So, I grew up on a farm, and let's just say my dad drank a 6-pack of soda every day, but he would be out in the shed or somewhere on the farm, and I don't know, throwing the cans everywhere. So then it's like, oh, I'll get Zach to pick those up, and then he'll put them in a big box and crush them at the end of the month, because by the end of the month, probably 400 cans of soda.
You didn't get an allowance though or anything like that?
That would be the equivalent of my allowances. If you get all the aluminum cans picked up and then you take them to a neighboring town where they recycle them, they'll give you a handful of, it's like 15 cents a pound. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. I've never collected cans. I didn't think South Dakota had the recycling policy. I always thought that was like certain states that did it.
Yeah, we went to Madison,
Okay.
and whether or not they do it anymore, I'm not sure.
Now there's a place you can do it in town, I think, but
I used to get money, and maybe they don't pay it anymore. Maybe it's just you get the benefit of feeling good about yourself.
Yep. So you were an inspiring Glenda Can man back in the day.
I was.
Yeah, you were like, that guy's awesome. I'm gonna.
And every time I would say, this is annoying, why do I have to pick up all these aluminum cans? He'd tell me a story about how a Catholic priest in Coleman, South Dakota, back in the day when he was a kid, would go around taking a horse trailer and just digging through ditches and finding aluminum cans and selling them. And then when the guy retired from priesthood, the board found just a crap ton of money in their treasury because the priest was just hoarding money. He grew up in the 30s and and collected all those cans and put it in the church.
Oh wow! So that was your goal? To
Yep.
give the money back to the church.
Yeah, no, my goal was to get a church, and then get a horse trailer. No, I don't know.
Zeke is a priest.
What's
Zach
my-
is a priest.
Thank you. Did you ever consider your? Because you grew up Catholic.
I did grow up Catholic. No, I always thought church was incredibly boring.
Well, so you would never consider becoming a priest,
No, I never did. But you did at one point.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
you wouldn't, not even for the perks.
What are the perks?
So let's move back to let's talk about Jackie.
Jack Attack.
What we already probably saw it on screen, but what do you remember from this episode of what happened to Jackie?
I just remember that she's like down in the dumps. Feels
Mm-hmm.
like her life's going nowhere.
But she's maybe a little bit inspired, or maybe possibly a little jealous of this guy with some pecs.
Yeah, there's like some dude with like one of those exercise machines.
Mm-hmm. I swear I've seen that exercise machine.
Yeah, my
as a
parents
kid.
had one. Yeah.
Yeah. So they probably went to Lanford. They lived in Lanford? Your parents?
No, Linford's not a real place.
Okay, but how did they get that machine?
Probably bought it on TV or in the mall. One of the places they could have got it.
But you said they've never been to Lanford.
They haven't ever been to Lanford.
Well, how did they get that one? Because that guy invented it.
That I think gets a very generic exercise machine. I don't.
But I've seen the exact one.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. It's like the treadmill. You know, they're everywhere.
Well, are they?
Yeah.
But people don't have, what do you call them, patents on treadmills. I mean, a treadmill's a treadmill. There's
No.
plenty of different brands.
Mhm.
But that particular machine seemed very specific. Like, you wouldn't be able to have many brands, so it'd only be that guy.
That's not. That's a guy. That's an actor playing a character.
Well, he seemed like he was pretty strong. It must have been working for him.
I'm sure they looked for somebody of that build to cast that role.
Well, he had to sound convincing, so he probably did it.
He's an actor. He's acting. Acting. Thank you.
Jay, are you trying to tell me that guy's an actor?
I am. I am telling you that.
Well, I swear I saw something like that as a kid. That and like one of those Suzanne Summers, thigh,
the Thigh Master? Yeah.
Uh-huh. You ever use that?
No. Not that I remember, at least. Did you?
I think my sisters had it, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah?
Mhm.
They were fans of the Thigh Master.
But Jackie, I don't know, sees him, was probably about the same age, him succeeding with this contraption, and I don't know, feels a little bit down and out about it, about where she's at, living in Lanford.
Roseanne, everything in this town stinks. You'll never be able to buy Becky that new dress. I'll never be able to buy my kids a new dress. Lanford's a big cesspool, and we're all condemned to sit here and drown in the sewage.
Something wrong?
I just, is that supposed to be like earlier in the episode when she kind of chides Becky for being so depressed or worried about that stuff, and then Jackie ends up being worried about her lot in life? Is that supposed to be like a role reversal? Or I'm not supposed to think that hard about it?
I guess I don't know. I didn't notice that. No.
Oh.
I didn't watch. You just watched this. I probably watched it maybe a couple days ago, though. So it's
700 years ago.
700 years ago.
Hmm. That's a little hyperbole for you.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the Earth is only 600 years old, right?
6,000.
Oh, 6,000.
Mhm.
Okay. But TV is only like 6 years old, right?
6?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Because that's when this was. What if it's only 6 years old? How can this have 7 or 8 seasons? 9 seasons? Answer me that.
Well, I think you're asking some dangerous questions. Just stick to your work.
Oh. Speaking of hyperbole,
Mm-hmm.
Dan says he ran around the mall, couldn't find any shoes.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back. This would be something else I would do. I'm like, I looked and I can't find any. There's no shoes anywhere. So I can definitely relate with this.
I looked all over the place. I couldn't find nothing.
Oh, you poor baby. It must be hard to find shoes when you're browsing around in House of Chainsaws.
Roseanne, there's no way I'm going to blow an entire Saturday sitting in some shoe store waiting to be waited on by some salesman who's already got 200,000 other customers who are waiting to be waited on. I ain't buying shoes. That's it. End of discussion.
And get a couple extra pairs of laces, too.
And he ends up buying loafers, so he doesn't need laces.
It's true.
Why is it so important for her to have him buy shoes?
I don't know. Sometimes people, partners, I won't pigeonhole a certain gender, but sometimes partners think they know what their life mate needs, and they're pretty sure about it. Hey, you, stop dragging your feet. I know what you need. Do this. Do that. Now try this. Now try that. It's fun.
Okay, I'm just curious. I'm once again, you're the married one, so I just thought you got from me.
I wasn't talking about marriage. I was just talking about partners and relationships in general.
You said life partners. I mean,
Okay, well, sure, but aren't we hetero life mates?
Mm-mm.
Really?
I haven't. What have you been telling people?
Well, that we've made a commitment.
Did we?
I gave you a promise ring, Jay.
I just thought that was like a ring pop. I ate it.
Well, it was a ring pop, but you weren't supposed to eat it.
What the hell am I supposed to do with it then?
Gently lick it. Slowly over the course.
Like a kitten. Mew, 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 mew.
Yes. Slowly over the course of 1,000 moons.
1,000 moons.
Mm-hmm.
So like about 3 years, I'm gonna be sitting here.
That's 1,000 moons?
Well, yeah, I mean it's 1,000 days.
Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm. What do you think?
2 billion moons.
Or maybe it's like a complete moon cycle.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So it'd be like a month, 28 days.
Yeah.
So take that. So this is a very sporadic episode. It's hard. Like I don't know how to segue from clip to clip.
Yeah.
It's tough.
It's a. Well, Becky freaks out at one point.
Indeed, she does, because she finds the dress that she definitely wants, but
Mom, look at this dress.
Wow.
Can I have it, please?
How much is it?
$79.95. Mom, if you buy me this dress, I promise you I will never ask for another thing.
Now, Becky, we discussed price before
Mom,
we left
all my
home.
friends are going to be wearing dresses like this. If I don't have one, it looks stupid and none of the guys want to dance with me.
So dance with the girls. Come on, honey, let's go look at something.
Then I don't want anything. Ever again, for as long as I live.
Did you ever try to tell that to your parents? If you get me this, I'll never ask for anything else ever again.
maybe that.
Yeah.
That, like bargaining, maybe. But the other end, when she acts like a 4-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
it's pretty amazing how I just like, wow, how old is this character?
Yeah. It is pretty petulant. She's like, what, in middle school at this point?
Yeah, I mean, she's already got a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, okay, she has dances and stuff, and I understand that it's the end of the world. But that's quite a bit.
I don't remember. I only remember like a couple dances that took place in the school year that were like formal like that too.
Mm-hmm.
Like there was prom, of course, which you had to be a junior or senior to go to, and then there was a winter dance called Snowball.
Snowball?
Mm-hmm.
You snowballed before?
I have attended the Snowball dance.
Oh, okay, that's very specific for you to say.
Yeah. I'm not going to say I snowballed.
37.
In a row?
Right.
Hey, try not
to
to
suck any dick on the way to the parking lot.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. So there was a debate tournament that took place right around the Snowball dance.
Mm-hmm.
And every year the debate coach is like, all right, who's snowballing this year? Who's snowballing? And like, had never seen that movie. Eventually someone explained to him
why that's weird.
Yeah, like why he shouldn't say that.
Mm-hmm.
And but there was still like it would still crack us up. And I just remember there's this one girl, I can't remember her name. I want to say it was Sharon or Shannon. But anyway, she was like she would just giggle nonstop when he started saying that. And he'd be like, "Stop being dirty." And she's like, "You stop being dirty."
That's so weird.
Snowballing, who's snowballing?
Gross. Dan is now in the I guess he's waiting. He's just in a chair at a shoe store. And I'm amazed at how long he sits there and waits.
Yeah. or
for
why he
service.
can't like try on his own fucking shoes.
That's the other thing.
Yeah.
Well, eventually we find that he doesn't have the right size. He likes the shoe style, but he's asking for the size, and that's why he has to wait for someone. But yeah, why does he need to? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Or like make the guy help him try on the shoes, and like.
On the other hand, to his in his defense, the person was like, "Here's your size you asked for. You know, I'm gonna run away," and it taken him half an hour, 45 minutes just to get him. So imagine what if it doesn't fit just quite right? You know, it'd be another 45 minutes before he gets.
Yeah. Well, usually, shoe stores have like boxes of shoes out. You know, of the display shoes.
Yep.
I don't know. But in that guy's defense, it's really busy at that shoe store. That's like a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. So what you're saying is that you don't defend our hero, Dan Connor.
No, I think everybody's kind of acting like a little baby in this episode.
That's actually probably pretty true.
Mm-hmm.
But he's teaching his young son about waiting, and at least on the surface seems like he's trying to teach him that waiting is okay.
Why isn't that guy coming to us?
He will, son, he will.
We've been waiting forever.
Oh, well, we haven't been waiting forever. We only been waiting half an hour. That's hardly forever. Hey, waiting's good for you. Did you know that? Waiting builds character. Waiting helps you appreciate what you've been waiting for.
Boy, does it. And that reminds me of, here's a clip from a Heinz ketchup commercial from, I don't know, late 80s, about this time, about circa Roseanne.
Hot dog, please. How much you don't add or what? No thanks. I got it covered.
Heinz ketchup. It's so rich, so thick. Why waste time with anything else? Heinz. The best things come to those who wait.
Best things come to those who wait. That was the whole marketing campaign for a long time. And in this commercial, a certain actor who you know is on the top of a roof, and he sets a ketchup bottle down, and then he casually walks down the stairs. He goes to a hot dog stand, says, I want a hot dog. So then it falls, and it lands on the hot dog. Whoa. And that actor's name is...
Do I get a hint?
He was in a popular 90s sitcom.
John Goodman?
No. He's a good-looking guy. And
Bob Saget?
No. That's a good guess. Love these guesses.
John Stamos?
Stop it! Let me see. What else can I give you?
Tim Allen?
No, younger. He was in a show with a cast of 6 main characters.
Matt LeBlanc?
It was Matt LeBlanc. So this is pre-Friends. And I did not know that he was in a Heinz commercial.
Well, good for him.
Yeah.
He's on some sitcom now. I don't know. It was on the TV at the hotel one day when I was working, and I saw him on there. I'm like, oh, guy's still getting work.
Yeah. You might say that good things come to those who wait.
Waiting is the hardest part.
Okay.
Is that a Tom Petty song?
I've never heard of Tom Petty.
It's either Tom Petty or the Beatles.
Don't be a heartbreaker. But back to Roseanne and Becky. After Becky leaves that store, she kind of storms out. She refuses to talk to Roseanne, but Roseanne has a really good way of somehow like bridging the gap without actually extending an olive branch. And this is that scene.
Hey, dudes! Have you heard that new Pink Nipple album? Mother! It's a miracle! The malls restored your power of speech! So you were saying?
Don't embarrass me in front of strangers.
Oh, I didn't mean to make you feel bad. And I'm sure you didn't mean to make me feel bad when you threw that hissy fit in the Ultimate and made me feel like the worst parent that ever lived.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to embarrass you.
Sorry, Jay. I meant to embarrass you.
Yeah? By doing what?
This. And then I just pants you. Did you ever get pantsed?
I think so, yeah. I think I did. I don't know. Were you were the pantser, though.
Never.
You pantsed people.
No, there was a time in grade school when I'm like, if I went to the pool, I made sure that my shorts were super tight so I couldn't get pantsed.
Yeah.
Or gym class or whatever.
Did anybody ever try to pants you then?
Yes.
So it happened a lot.
Well, not a lot, but sometimes, yeah.
Was it mostly your siblings?
No, mostly classmates during gym class or at the pool.
Like Rarick Rainey, would he try to pants you?
Rarick Rainey grew up in the same neighborhood that you did, so
Well,
no.
not the same neighborhood, but the same
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he did not grow up in the same town as I did.
Yeah.
Because I grew up in a cool town.
Is he? Okay, if you say so.
Okay, fine. It was horrid. It's horrible.
But when you guys went to college, did Derek ever try to pants you?
I mean, we did a lot of weird things, but that one wasn't.
He never tried to pants you. He tries to pants me.
Did he? The other night?
Yeah, we were partying.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right as I was leaving.
Really?
No.
That does not seem like him.
It does seem like him is the thing, though.
No.
Derek, yeah. Dudek.
What, his name's what?
Dudek.
Rarick?
Rarick.
So, what else do we have? I mean, Darlene just had a whole bunch of sweets. So they come home and she wants to go take a nap. But
her sugar high is coming down.
Mm-hmm. But Dan is debriefing as they come home, debriefing with Roseanne. Is that the main character?
Yeah, that's
about how he did on his final search for shoes.
Roseanne, every inch of these babies is hand sewn, and that's not all. Notice the Superflex sole, the beveled heel, the multi-textured leathers and exotic skins. No. This is more than a mere shoe. This is a timeless piece of footwear. On behalf of shoes, I'm Ed McMahon.
Was Ed McMahon like a big spokesperson at that time?
I mean, he would still be on the
Tonight Show.
Tonight Show.
Yeah.
So I guess I don't know like how. Yeah, I don't know if he sold a lot of stuff though.
Well, didn't he sell insurance for a while?
No
I
have no idea. No.
I guess I never. That was kind of pre-me. I never really watched the Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. Did you?
I remember it being on. I remember like his last episode was a big deal.
I remember when we heard that Jay Leno was going to take over. Like, what, the Doritos guy?
Was that what he did before?
I think so.
Sold Doritos. Huh.
Yeah, spokesperson.
I never thought Jay Leno was that funny.
I still don't think he is.
I've been like this close to him, like from Me to You though before.
Whoa.
He was at one time had like a short little stint on WCW.
Mm-hmm.
And WCW had this pay-per-view event called Road Wild that they got filmed in Sturgis every year, and you could just go into it for free. And so we went, and he drove his bike past me in the parking lot, so he was like literally this close to me. I said hi to him, and he waved at me.
Well, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Jay Leno can tell jokes.
Yeah.
I don't think Jay Leno is necessarily funny. I thought David Letterman was funny, but if you tried to tell his jokes the next day, they wouldn't necessarily go over well. You could tell a Jay Leno joke and it would go over perfectly fine because it's a joke.
Yeah.
But David Letterman was just goofy, and he was fun to hang out with. I thought, anyway.
Yeah, I like. I guess I never watched those two very much at all.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've probably seen more Letterman than I've seen Leno, or laughed more at Letterman than Leno.
Mm-hmm.
And I really thought that I don't know. Like in retrospect, I don't think Conan was a good pick for the Tonight Show. I think you have to have somebody who has a little bit more mass appeal.
True.
But I don't think they should have took the show away from him.
No, the way it was handled wasn't very good. And Conan is very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he has a more niche type audience.
Mm-hmm.
And as much as it did suck for him to have the show taken away from him, Jimmy Fallon is pretty good in that role.
Yeah, you like the Fallon do?
I never liked him as an actor.
Yeah.
But as the host of the Tonight Show, yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. He's really, I did like him on Saturday Night Live because you could just tell he was having a really good time. He was the one that was always breaking, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas one of my favorite episodes is like him and Pierce Brosnan are working at this like high-end fashion men's clothes store.
Okay.
And they keep on having like these little quips with each other, and they say stuff like, "Oh, we chase our $12 lattes with $8 lattes," and stuff like that, and very arrogant. And anyway, Horatio Sands shows up at one point, and he's wearing like this members only jacket, and like he's like, "Hi, I'm just looking for," and they keep on cutting him off. They won't even let him finish a sentence. And Jimmy Fallon's already starting to break, and he's like, "Why don't you just go back to Kmart where you belong?" And Horatio Sands like, "Shows you how much you know. I get all my clothes at Target." And then he kind of like does this symbol with his fingers to make a symbol of a target, and he like points. Yeah, he pokes him and boom, and like all three of them cannot stop laughing after that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like the late night hosts. I like Jimmy Fallon. I like Jimmy Kimmel. I think Conan's funny. And another one that I wasn't familiar with until maybe the last year or so, James Corden.
Oh, yeah, the guy that took over Craig Ferguson's show.
Yeah, although I thought Craig Ferguson was also very funny. But James Corden is really, really good.
Yeah. I was a very big Craig Ferguson fan.
He's weird.
Yeah. And also, like, his show, like, he didn't seem to have, like, the pull to get, like, people you really wanted to see.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the guests were just not that good.
But it seems like James Corden does, and or the reason is probably that carpool karaoke. Once that started taking off, people were like, I want to be on that show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does get... Everybody wants to be on that show. He seems like he's doing pretty well. I never even heard of him before
Yeah.
he took over that show.
Well, he was a Brit, right?
Yeah, I think he's British, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And who else is there? There's... For late night people.
Doesn't Samantha Bee have her own show now?
She does once a week, though. It's kind of like how... what's his name? John Oliver does a once a week political type
Oh, it's
show.
political, is it?
Yeah, in the same way that the Daily Show is political, you know.
Mm-hmm. So
I also don't mind the Daily Show and John Oliver and Samantha Bee.
No, I haven't watched the Daily Show in a while, but I didn't dislike the Trevor Noah. I didn't dislike him as a host. I just
I like him.
Yeah.
I really gave the Nightly Show with what's his name, Larry Wilmore, a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Tried to like it.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't good.
How do you feel about Steve Colbert, his show?
Oh yeah, he's good.
Oh yeah,
yeah. We just watched the YouTube clips, so we never really watched the shows, but we watched the clips on YouTube, and so that way you don't necessarily have to worry about like I don't think this generation of people think, oh, I only watch Jimmy Fallon or I only watch Jimmy Kimmel. You just watch the clips on YouTube and keep up with them, and it's fun.
I do enjoy the Reed's mean tweets, Celebrities Read mean tweets.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That stuff's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And also the unnecessary censored clips; those are fun.
There's a one with Matthew McConaughey where he's like, Matthew McConaughey is a dick turd. What the hell is a dick turd? Just Matthew McConaughey sounding like Matthew McConaughey.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, he's funny, but not really.
No.
He's okay. Depends on the movie. He's kind of acquired taste, I think.
He's good in Wolf of Wall Street.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. He's good in Dallas Buyers Club.
Okay.
Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen that one. He's in a movie out now called Gold that looks kind of interesting. But
not familiar. I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
On a trailer or something.
Of course, there's also A Time to Kill.
That's a really good movie.
That's a good movie. Yeah.
I don't think that's because of him, but it's a really good movie.
Yeah. I think it's the first rated R movie I ever saw. My parents took me to it. Yeah.
It's got Sammy J.
Mm-hmm. In Sandra Bullock.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. How do you feel about Graham Norton?
Oh, he used to have that show on Comedy Central, didn't he?
He actually has his own show in Britain, and you can still get the clips on YouTube. And he gets all the press junket goes around. You know, if you see one person, like right now, maybe a week ago, what's his name? The pale guy, the Hot Pocket guy. Hot Pocket.
The guy who sings that jingle?
No. He was just in Sioux Falls. What is his name? He's really pale. He talks about food.
Larry the Cable Guy?
No. Gosh.
Mike D?
No. I can't believe that I can't figure this out. It's one of my favorite comedians. Yeah, this is really, really sad. Whatever.
All I have to go on right now is he's really pale. And he talks about
pale, tall, talks about bacon, talks about Hot Pockets. He's the weird guy. He's weird. Has that weird voice. He pretends like he's the audience. Why is he talking like this? What is he saying?
Is it Jim
Gaffigan?
Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
Right.
You
I couldn't remember.
really pale.
He is. Anyway, so Jim Gaffigan I think he wrote a book or something like that, or he has a new show. He's doing a lot of things. He had a new special on Netflix. So they do their tours. So what my wife and I will do, we'll watch the clips from all these late night shows. So you'll see he was on Jimmy Kimmel, and then he'll be on Graham Norton, and then he'll be on these other shows. And I don't know what shows he was on, but it's interesting to watch those clips because day after day after day, you'll hear Jim Gaffigan or whatever celebrity it is saying the exact same thing, just going on their press junket. It's got to be really boring.
Yeah, I don't think a press junket would be very fun.
No.
So how does the episode, like, there's a bigger resolution though between
there is
Roseanne and Becky.
That's true, and it kind of wraps it all together. So Dan's story, the mall story, him dragging his feet, and then the fact that Becky didn't get her dress, we end up with.
No, you've been on my case all week, begging me to buy a pair of shoes, and I finally give in because I happen to be a decent human being. I drag you and your back from the dead sister to the mall, drop you off at the door while I drag my muffler around the parking lot 30 times looking for a place to park, get kicked out of 3 handicap spaces, almost get arrested, spend a day and a half in a shoe store waiting for Buster Brown with an attitude to wait on me. And you want me to take these back?
Yeah.
May I ask why?
Well, because there was this dress for Becky and it cost $80, but I couldn't afford it, and so I just was thinking if we took the shoes back, we could afford it.
You're an amazing woman, kiddo.
You're an amazing podcaster, kiddo.
You too, kiddo. Stop that. Stop it.
That's weird. It feels weird.
Yeah.
We should stop this. We shouldn't. This is wrong.
What? What a weirdo.
It's true. So it wraps up. Becky and then Roseanne, they head back to the mall to get the dress, and Dan doesn't have to have those stupid shoes, and Darlene goes to sleep, I guess.
Yep, and they left DJ at the mall.
No, he did make it home. But one thing I did find weird is that they basically let Darlene babysit DJ.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to me. Dan.
Well, he is, for the majority, he's with Dan, isn't he?
Yes, but there's also, like, how I was talking about that Jewish couple that kind of acted as a segue? Mm-hmm. There was one segue, maybe after a commercial break, where DJ's running and Darlene is like, "Come back, DJ.
I want to see the bunnies."
Yeah, exactly. I want to see the bunnies. So you remember.
That was always my favorite thing, I think, is, like, Candy and then, like, going to see animals at the pet shop. That's even more bizarre to me now to think about. It's like there is that. I don't know if you've ever been to the Pier Mall, but they used to have a pet shop in there. It just seemed like a weird location to house pets.
Okay.
Do they still have pet shops? Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Was there one in Aberdeen?
Well, there's shops for, like, grooming if you have a dog or whatever. And I know my wife used to work at a pet shop. She used to, I guess, sell animals, but and take care of the ones that were there for sale. Why?
Just keep on thinking about that card from
Cards Against Humanity.
All it says is an old dog filled with tumors.
Oh, that's not nice.
A man that has the head of a goat and a body of a goat.
So a goat.
The look on Josh's face when he first read that was just like complete confusion.
Right.
Priceless.
It was pretty good. So, what do you think of this episode?
I mean, it's just an episode. I don't think there's anything special about it. I'd give it a 6 out of 10.
3 out of 10?
6.
3.
6.
7.
6.
6. I give it a 5.
You give it a 5?
Mm-hmm.
Just down the middle?
Well, when she said, "Stop," I said. "Stop," I said.
Yeah, you would think that even the director would have been like, we can probably do that a different way.
"Give it back," I said. It'd just be so simple. Just say, "I said give it back." Or just cut "I said."
Yeah.
Give it back,
'Cause
booger.
She doesn't. She
Stupid nerd.
is that what you got called a lot as a kid? Booger, stupid nerd.
I'm not a booger.
So no. Is the answer you're looking for.
I'm not a booger. Okay.
Correct.
What were you called a stupid nerd?
Huh. Was I called a stupid nerd? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Not unless you mean gnarly, excellent, radical dude. That's what nerd stands for.
I mean, they did convince you that you owned the oldest tractor in the world.
Let's keep bringing that up. That'll be good for this podcast relationship. Keep bringing up my failings. See what happens.
Just saying.
No more smooches for you.
Or the time that they convinced you that you're going to turn into a girl at a certain age.
You are holding what I say against me.
Yeah.
Is that how this is going to work?
For a little bit, yeah.
Do you want to know something else that's embarrassing?
I can use against you? Sure.
Now I can't think of anything. How about I need some dirt on you?
Give me dirt. I need dirt. I want the dirt.
How do you do that voice?
What do you mean?
That voice you're just doing, how do you do it?
I want the dirt.
Oh my god. The look on your face is what makes it even creepier.
Well, no one can hear that. But do you have any dirt on yourself?
I'm going to give you dirt
Yeah.
on myself.
What can I hold over your head?
One time when I was 4, do you remember it was a cold medicine called Trimenic? It's like a
Maybe.
It was like a kid's cough syrup. This particular was orange,
Mm-hmm.
which I especially liked the flavor of.
Mm-hmm.
And I one time drank a whole bottle of it, and I had to go get my stomach pumped.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's not embarrassing. That's just tragic.
Mm-hmm. And I don't really remember. I remember we were sitting in the emergency room. But what I really remember is when we left the hospital,
Mm-hmm.
my parents took me to the grocery store.
Yeah.
And they bought me some candy. And I remember being afraid to eat the candy because I thought it would get me sick again.
That's called conditioning.
And I don't usually have a big sweet tooth. I don't really like candy.
That's probably why.
I do to an extent, but I never don't really crave sweets very often.
I have so many cravings.
What's your favorite kind of candy?
When I was... Oh, let's talk about being a kid. Candy as a kid was the candy at the grocery store that you, like, scoop up.
Okay.
Like the Neapolitan candy that had the chocolate, coconut, and
God,
the
I can't
pink.
remember the last time I had one of those.
Those were awesome.
Yeah, that was good stuff.
Yeah, that was my favorite as a kid.
Those, like the bark skin. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big fan of M&Ms, just plain M&Ms when I was a kid.
Or I like the E&Es.
E&Es?
Yeah, they're like M&Ms, but they're turned on their side.
Does anybody else know them by that name?
Well,
has anybody ever offered you a handful of E&Es? Is my
yes.
Who?
I don't know. It's somewhere in college. It's like, here, have some E&Es.
I don't think that ever actually happened.
It did happen.
You can't name this person.
You can't say that it didn't.
Never happened. Never happened. Never happened.
It's just an alternative fact.
An alternative fact.
It's true.
E&Es. Okay. What's your favorite candy bar?
My favorite candy bar is, I don't know. I like Almond Joy.
Almond Joys are good. Mm-hmm. I'm a big fan of Butterfinger.
Butterfinger's good too. I don't know, that and like Snickers, and then that's about it.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Twix. Twix is good.
Twix is okay.
Twix is okay.
I'll eat a Twix.
You get 2 of them, and that's like 2 for the price of 1. Though.
What about a Kit Kat? You get 4.
That's true.
You can break yourself off a piece of that applesauce.
Football cream. Snickers bar.
Right.
Break me off a piece of that Chrysler car.
Nailed it.
What is like that one where he's like football cream? I'm like, what the hell is football cream?
I don't know. I guess if you had like a sore muscle, you gotta put some of that Bengay on. George Strait.
Is there a George Strait song called Bengay?
No, but there was Bengay, which was something you put on sore muscles. I just figured, there's a George.
Okay, I follow now. George Strait. Yeah.
It's kind of a opposite thing. You've heard of opposite day?
I have heard of opposite day.
So when things are opposite, opposing, opposable.
A thumbs.
That's where I was going.
Beat you to it.
Right. So, any final thoughts?
Oh,
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
Not particularly. Malls were cooler in the 80s. Now you can just shop online. You don't have to go where a bunch of people are.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think that they're just not the same type of environment.
Mm-mm.
I mean, they still have them, but I think it's all just about real estate. Nobody really goes, at least not my demographic.
Yeah, it's not a... Well, I don't even think it's like a place for kids to go to hang out anymore.
Who goes there?
Old people.
Ah.
Okay. Well, we can, probably wrap this up.
We probably should.
Yeah, I mean...
You've been listening to an episode of Brozanne, the show where two guys talk about the show Roseanne. You can find us on...
you can find us on Facebook or Twitter at Roseanne Podcast. You can email us. What's our email address?
bros.anne.podcast@gmail.com. You can find us on YouTube.
Or SoundCloud, or subscribe on iTunes.
Yeah. Make sure you let us know what you think and why you hate Jay.
Yep. And if Zeke should drop the attitude, you should let him know. So.
Well, I don't know who Zeke is because my name is Zach.
Zach. Zichter.
Son of a gun.
Zach Zichter. Let him know that he has an attitude problem.
You're Jay Warren.
I am. You're Zach Zichter.
And this was Brozanne.
Brozanne.
We ended on a high note.
Ah.